Hey guys, it's Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below. Today's video is going to be on a retwisting style that I do on my own hair. I'm going to start by telling you all that it does take a good hour and 45, close to 2 hours for me. And like I said in my previous videos, have about 78 locks. So for my style, I'm gonna be doing a 2-strand twist. Okay, and so what I'm gonna start by doing is washing my hair, and I'll show you the shampoo. So guys, the shampoo that I use is the Care, and honestly, it works wonders if you have really bad dry scalp. Hey guys, so I'm fresh out the shower. And so as I take my towel down, one thing I've definitely noticed is how much locks take in water. Like my hair is dry within 5 minutes of washing. And so it's just, to me, it's just crazy. But anyways, I'm going to show you all the products that I'm going to be using for my retwist. And I start by using the mango and lime lock row, and I mix it with the shea butter. It's just a nice little combination that works for me and holds my locks. Then I use the clips to hold my retwist in place as I go. Next, you're going to see that I do spray water in my scalp, and I do this again to keep my hair wet. You never want to retwist your hair on dry hair. That does lead to breakage, and of course you want to avoid that at all costs. And the way that I part my hair, I start from the bottom and work my way to the top. And so I take like the very back, like kitchen area of my locks. And that's about 4 to 5 locks that I start with to begin with. And of course, just tie the rest of my locks up in this big old bun, honestly. So the direction that I go with my locks is I work my way to the middle. And so I take this lock here, and again, you don't want to retwist on dry hair, so I spray my hair with water. Really make sure it's wet, like just a little more than damp. And as I do that, I just kind of lather it into the lock so that the entire lock is wet, at least the root of the lock is wet. And so I just make sure I have all of the hair that's in the section of that lock. And again, like I told you all, I do mix this with the shea butter. It just kind of gives me a nice hold, honestly. And so once I mix it together, I apply it to the root of my lock. I don't really like to touch the lock itself. I like to only do the root because I don't want a bunch of buildup in my lock. And so I apply it and twist it. It's an easy little twist, and then I palm roll the end of the lock. So once I finish palm rolling the lock, I do take the clip, and I'm going to attach it to the lock so that it holds my retwist in place as I work my way to the middle and grab the other lock. And like I said, same thing. I'm going to spray this with water and then apply the mix of lock row and shea butter to the roots of the lock and do a little twist and gather all the hair in that section. And you can kind of just feel for the section. It's not something you really have to see necessarily. And then again, do an easy little twist. And I sometimes combine the locks with the clip to kind of do, 2 jobs in one. And again, I'm just going to keep going around, making sure my hair is wet. I also want to add, when I am mixing the lock row and shea butter together, the proportion of shea butter is much greater than the lock row. Only because I'm not a big fan of chemicals, but lock row does the holding job. So I just apply just a little bit of that just to keep my locks, in place as I do my retwist. I want to add that you do apply or attach the clip opposite direction of how you're twisting your lock so that it does secure it in place. And so here's a close-up of how I do the palm roll twist. And honestly, I don't touch the end of my lock. I kind of just let those free form. And so here's the back so far of what is clipped and retwisted. And as you can see, I do not have even parts. Again, my locks are kind of semi-free form when it comes to the parts and different sizes of my locks. And the reason to my parts being different sizes is once I combined my locks back in, I think it was April, I did not worry about the parting of my locks. So that just kind of explains why I have different sizes and my parts are not perfectly square shaped. And so once I finish the bottom 2 layers of locks, I find myself making a middle part and working my way from left to right. I wish I could tell you what I was cranking to, but I was definitely feeling myself. Now that we're working on a lock closer to your edges, I tend to be a little easy on my edges because I don't want a receding hairline. So I am careful around the edges, but I do make it neat or pull it enough so that it looks neat, if that makes sense. So that's one thing you do have to consider. In between retwist, one thing you don't want to do is over retwist your hair. And if you are going to retwist your hair, leave some baby hairs out so that over time you do not have a receding hairline. We finally made it to the last lock. And like I said, just be careful on your edges. Like leave some baby hairs out and don't pull too tight on your edges and your baby hairs. Like, again, you don't want to be bald at 45. And so I'm just going to show you guys how I sometimes take extra hair and wrap it around the lock. And over time, for me, it's been working where that hair soon begins to lock within the lock. So guys, I finally finished my hair. Next, I'm going to take these neck strips and I'm going to apply it to the edges of my hair, the front of my hair, just to kind of hold it down as I'm blow drying my hair. And that's very important that you blow dry your hair all the way through once you're finished your retwist. Kind of just allows the product to hold and do its job with the retwist. And as you can see at the end, it looks nice and clean. And so now I'm going to begin to remove my clips. And here's the finished product. I finished my entire head. One thing I do want to keep in mind, I always do a style with my retwist. I never do a retwist and go. I feel like a style holds your retwist in place. The final touch is I'm going to be applying black castor oil to my edges. Again, just to hold the thickness of my edges. I don't want a receding hairline at 40. Okay, so I'm just going to apply it nicely to my edges. Then I'm going to apply the aloe vera oil to my scalp just to prevent it from being too dry. Last but not least is my style, which I'm doing the two-strand twist. It's a very simple style to me. And it's nice when you take it out a few days later because it gives your locks a nice little curl. So it's a very cute, easy style. And at the ends, I do take the rubber bands and I kind of just twist the end around the lock. It's really cute as well. And so just apply the rubber band to the end and it kind of just, looks just like that. One thing to keep in mind as you're doing the two-strand twist is you want to keep the root like retwisted. So you want to make sure that you have the twist going in the same direction. Okay, and it really holds your retwist. Again, it holds it in place very well. So we're done. Honestly, this style lasts about 4 to 5 days for me, and then I take it out and you're still able to wear it in the style because, like I said, it comes out curly and it's just really cute and it lasts a very long time. So I hope that you guys are able to learn from my video and try this style out yourself. Hey y'all, so I'm back just to show you my night routine for whenever I do my retwist. I take one of the neck strips again. Literally just put it on. It doesn't have to be tied or anything like that. I don't really tie it. I put that on. I'm gonna put on this do-rag to secure my, not only my edges, but just the frizziness of my locks. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Let's see, there we go. Thanks guys for tuning in today. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and to stay tuned for more content on my lock journey along with home interiors and DIY projects. Stay tuned.